Bueno, señor. Bueno, señor. Bueno.
Time it is. It's Friday, 7 p.m. It is time for the Midwest Anime Show. Boy, we got a doozy of a show today. And we got a special guest appearance from the professor as well. Mr. Conspiracy still in his bathrobe, living life to the best, to the fullest. You say so. My co-host today. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you like, subscribe, commented. We got a wonderful show going on. I'm about to actually hand this over to my man, Mr. Conspiracy, for our first segment. Was Hot, was not, Mr. Conspiracy. What is up today, brother? What knowledge are you gonna bring to the world on the things that you know about in the world of anime and manga?
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So we'll go ahead and do a what's hot today. I really don't want to do a what's not. Let's go ahead and let y'all know about some things that y'all can read. And for this one, we're going to do something kind of interesting. It's going to be called "My Dad Is Too Strong." I like this because of the story of how they go about his journey into why he becomes so strong and what's taking place in the present and what's happening in the future. So just to give you an idea of what this manga is really about. So on regular Earth, modern time, during this time of peace, there was a rift that appeared on Earth, and this guy got sucked in. He's just your normal average day citizen who's, I'm just going to just say it, he's at the bottom of the pole when it comes to status. So at this time, he's just a regular service worker when he gets pulled into the rift. During his time away from Earth, hunters start showing up everywhere to basically battle these rifts. And as you know, if you read a manga like that, when it comes to hunters being born, they become high status. You go from F to S class, and those are the people that make the money. They basically run things because no one is as powerful as them. So that's basically the actual setting. So our main character is, like I say, he's a regular civil servant. And what happens is that he finds himself in a Miriam Day, Japan, basically. And you think that he's just a regular guy. He's just scared, doesn't know what's truly happening because he's inside of this rift. Well, what he finds out is that he has a special ability, just like everyone else in this new world that he's in. And his special ability, it seems odd to him at the time, but he finds out his special ability is basically immortality. And he finds this out because he gets into a battle, he gets killed. He's able to come back and he remembers um, the exact time of what happened, and he remembers everything that happened up to that point. So he basically comes back a day before he dies, and he remembers everything up until that point, and he gains not only the knowledge but the experience, techniques that he's learned, even the training up to that point. He keeps it all. It's almost like having a backup, right? And then he just saves, and then he restores at a certain point. So going from there, he spends, I forgot what it is, DLC. I think it's 400 years or something like that. I want to say it's a very long time in the rift. Mind you, only like 10 years pass, I believe. 5 or 10 years
Yeah.
passes in his
Yeah.
Earth time, but for him inside the rift, it's like 400 years passes, and so he has died like over hundreds and hundreds of times at this point. He has lived through so many wars, so many battles. He has trained among some of the greatest masters. He has learned some of the best techniques, methods. I'm talking from healing to spells to hand-to-hand combat. He has fought against dragons, goblins, all of the mythical creatures that you will read about in Norse god mythology, Greek mythology, things like that. And he basically became a demon lord.
You gotta
Uh,
call him. You gotta call him what his title. You gotta call him by his title, Mister Conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Which is
oh,
an oxymoron, the heavenly demon.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what it is
yeah.
about these manga
Uh,
stories about the title Heavenly Demon, which is it is like if you become the Heavenly Demon, you like the G among G's. I just want to throw that out there because that's the title he obtained. I don't know it was about in Japan and becoming the Heavenly Demon. I don't know who comes up with this stuff. I don't make the rules for these crazy names, but the stuff get wild.
at the end, he basically becomes a legend of all legends, and he finally comes back to his Earth. It's like 5 or 10 years later. He has no idea what he's going to do. So he basically picks up where he left off, and he becomes a civil servant. And he actually learns about the world that he left behind and how to assimilate back into it. What makes this interesting, this is where the story gets truly interesting, is that he has no idea where he's going to live. He has no clue how he's going to learn how to assimilate into the world. He ends up saving this young girl's life. She looks like she's a teenager, but she's actually, I want to say she's a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And she,
Well, you say it.
no. She basically begs him to be his daughter. And there's for specific reasons to that. I want people to actually read it to get the reason why. But he's a softy and he says no. And so she begs, and then she makes him like a condition, like an ultimatum. Hey, if you do this, I will cook, clean for you. I will be your daughter that you never had. I'll be your family, and we only need to make a contract for so long. And he said, okay, cool. Well, then you can only live with me and be my daughter up until a certain point. I think is when she actually gets into a university, or when she passes either that or she passes the Hunter Academy's exam, and then he would leave. So it was like a month's time, and then he would leave. Well, turns out that he grew fond of her. He didn't have a family of his own. Everybody else is dead, and he truly starts feeling like a father. And it's like, well, it starts getting weird because she starts seeing him as her biological father, literally like after a week of living together, and he takes it so serious. He starts buying 50 books about how to be a dad, and he reads them all, and he just goes back to all the books, and he looks at a lot of different videos online just to be like the best and the greatest dad. And she doesn't even know that this guy is strong. Well, she is wanting to become a hunter, and that's why she wanted to go to university. She wanted to pass the hunter exam. She wants to become a hunter. So she shows him, hey, I can protect you. I'm gonna become a hunter. Look. So one of her specialties is a pistol as a hunter. I think she was what? She was D rank with the possibility of S rank, no, A rank ability.
Yeah.
So she's a D rank with the possibility of an A rank status. And so for her, she thinks that she's protecting him every step of the way, and she worries about him constantly. So with his new job as a civil servant, he went back to his old job. But now with what they do is they are the rift managers. He works for a company that's of the government, but it's a risk management organization service. And so he's one of the agents. So his responsibility is when a rift comes, he goes with the hunters and they analyze the rift, try to see what monsters are there. They take down all of the details. They analyze the rift, like the environment, monsters, like the actual difficulty, and then they make up a summary and then they give it to all of the hunters guilds and things like that. Well, he's so powerful that he likes to just go in and he goes deep. He kills bosses, writes them down. Okay, yeah, when they all regenerate, yeah, this will work for them. And then he leaves. Well, no one really knows that he's more than just this regular citizen. And so I don't want to give too much away because it's such a good read. It's funny, but at the same time, there's so much action, so much battle, and I think that the storytelling is phenomenal. DOC, what you think?
If you want a piece of shonen, you know what I'm saying, like a slow life, you know what I mean, to a degree, he gives you that. But as to your point, Mr. Conspiracy, I enjoy that you think it's going one way, he gonna have this easy life, and then because he's so powerful and the way he rolls through life, like him, it doesn't mean anything for this dude to go fight a dragon or a god or anything like that. And him, I mean, it's like if you took Saitama and you took Saitama and you put him with a couple of different other characters. That's what you get, because when he's fighting, he has zero emotion. He reminded me of Saitama in that way, because it's like, oh, you swing a big sword at me and he just stops it with one hand. Is that all you can do? Oh, okay. And then he starts taking his notes down to make sure that his other hunters can know, oh, okay, this guy's gonna swing like to your point. I mean, it's funny. I enjoy it. It's real. It's 150 plus chapters. Really good. I mean, it's a good manga. I mean, sorry, not manga. It's a manhwa. My apologies.
It's a manhwa. Sorry about that. Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah. So I mean,
so DLC, I'm gonna say one more thing, man, before we go ahead and move on to the next segment. So for people who are still not, have bought into my summary, let me just put this last thing out there. Okay. He basically adopts two dragons that becomes the siblings of his daughter. And I'm gonna say this is, you know what? I'm not even gonna go put that other one out there. We're not gonna do that. They need to read it for that one, because that one you cannot explain, and we keep this channel. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, good read. I mean, go check it out. Look, hey man, support the author, support the team that's behind it, man. Listen, I mean, go to their official site, support these folks, man, because they putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it. So, I mean, please support them. I mean, especially the amount of hours they put in writing, drawing, and getting all of this stuff done. So, if you're a fan, please go pick it up, read it from their official channel, and give these folks some money, man. They're doing good work. So